Hello and welcome to another video by the Archangel. Today we're going to be showing you how to modify Armada Optimus Prime. I'm just getting him in a better light so you can see him a bit better. So instead of just having crappy swivels in his arms, he has more movement, like a little Halo Mega Bloks minifigure where his arms can go in and out. The pieces you're going to need for this are Lego pieces, actual Lego pieces. You're going to need two of these, one per shoulder. And you're also going to need another piece, which, it's this. Now, it has to be cut exactly like that. As you can see, I already cut it. In fact, I cut it ages ago. And the tools you're going to need super glue, scissors or a knife. This is all I have. And screwdrivers. As you can see, sometimes when this one doesn't exactly work, this one comes in handy, so you might need more than one pair. And so, now we're going to do that. The first step is to remove the screws from his shoulders, which I have already done, and pop apart the shoulder assembly. This is kind of difficult doing it with one hand. Actually, I'll cut here, and what's going to be a few minutes for me is going to be like a second for you, so I'll be back in like a second. And yeah, so that bit you saw then was several weeks old. Other things have been getting in the way, like my Minecraft Hadley's Hope map. Probably can't tell because the screen's very bright, but still, onto this. Basically, once that was done, I, had to trim the ball bit so it fits in and glued it in place afterwards. So then, stuck it back on, screwed it in, and then this bit, what I did is I got a Lego tile, and I had to glue it in place using epoxy resin, which works much better than super glue. Super glue is primarily, when it comes to figures, used for tightening joints. Then glued a Lego tile on top so it gives it room to go on. And then I got some laminate sheets and cut, and say this shape here, square shape, cut 4 of them out, taped 2 together to get a double thick one. And even it is pretty flexible, but that's, you'll see later on why in the review section of this video why that needs to be like that. And again, you'll know why that is. It's the same reason why this is here mainly. That allows clearance. And basically, once I've done that, I did the same with the other bits. For each, I'll just show you here. 2 doubled up on each bit. Pardon me. And then taped it all together, glued it on, painted it. And unfortunately, the glue, because I was using super glue, ended up destroying the wheel. So that can no longer roll because it's gunked up all that. Not overly pleased, but I don't really care that much. And when I was actually gluing this on, because this fell off a lot, it nearly destroyed the entire elbow and stopped it from turning at the second bit. Excuse the noise downstairs. Yeah, nearly stopped it from doing that. And then I would have had problems. Then I managed to get sorted out, so, oh, bloody hell, this is a problem when you're doing things with one hand. There we go. So, basically, yeah, and when that is on that, I also sort out this bit here. As you can see, it says Prime. I even painted his head, which I had to unscrew. There we go, focus camera. I painted the entire thing. The paint scratched on his knees because they're extendable legs, which sucks at the fact that they constantly have paint scratches. And I painted the entire thing. The gimmick no longer works. It really does not matter. Painted the back here as well. And I tried to sculpt something on here using the same stuff there, which is putty filler, and it didn't work too well, so I just broke it off. And another thing, how did I do the smokestacks? Well, I lost the original ones years ago, so I just got 2 pieces of sprue from an Airfix kit. Yes, they're supposed to be like them for a reason. Glued them on with super glue, pretty good super glue, and then painted it. And, basically, and why is that sticking up? Sorry, that holds part of the paint in the detail and all that. And now with that, and there, it's now time to, yeah, you got to make sure as well, before we do, leave this. You've got to make sure you get this exactly the right position. Make sure it all lines up, because every time I glued this, I originally glued this on with super glue. I had to rip it off, put it back on, rip it off, glue it on, rip it, and my God, I was raging that it was that bad. But eventually I managed to get it all done, and the result, I'd say, was worth half the stress. I wouldn't say it's worth all of it, because again, I think something is usually, whatever something is worth, I usually say it's worth half as much. It's like the Age of Extinction Grimlock figure. That costs about $49 in America, but in the UK it costs about £27. I'd say it should be at least £20, but that's just me. Whatever, if something's got a price, I like to make it cheaper than it is. Again, so I can get it easily, but yeah, now we're on to that part. We are now going to review the whole figure and the trailer as well. And I think you'll like it, but, give or take, it's your opinion. Still, that's the custom bit done. Now we are on to the review.